everyone. I would like to thank the organizers of this event. Thank you so much for having me, for considering me. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Please, can we give them a round of applause? Standing here today feels like a full circle moment for me. Not because I have it all figured out, but because I represent something so many of us quietly struggle with. Becoming who we never thought we could be. If you had met me a few years ago, you would have described me as shy, reserved, and very certain about one thing: what I did not want. I was convinced that anything medical, anything involving blood, syringe, was absolutely not for me. So I had drawn a clear map of my future in my head. I wanted to study architecture. That was my plan. That was like an identity I already built for myself. Then things changed. I didn't get admission for architecture, so I switched to mechanical engineering. But life has a way of gently and sometimes forcefully asking us to redefine ourselves. I found myself studying computer science in McPherson University. At first, it felt like a deviation, felt like I had somehow missed my path. But what I didn't realize then was that I wasn't off the track yet. I was being redirected. In my first year in school, I had no plans, no directions. I just wanted to graduate. I feel like those that know me very well personally in my first level in this school, there's no movie you want to mention that I've not seen. I was just having fun. And one of the biggest turning points for me was mentorship. I connected with someone who didn't just want to guide me academically, but helped me see possibilities I had never imagined. That relationship challenged me. It helped me to grow, to think deeper, and to step beyond the comfort of what I thought I knew. Then I started applying for so many internships, so many scholarships. In my second year in school, I applied for everything applicable to. At some point, my friends started calling me the application mama. It was like a lot. I was applying to so many things. Then I finally got an internship, and I was doing it. But I was so close to quitting. Not because I didn't enjoy what I was doing, but because I was not ready yet. I was not ready for anything outside of the classroom. But I decided to do it, and I completed it. And after the internship, an unexpected opportunity came: the Data Science Nigeria Bootcamp. Honestly, I was so close to not going for the bootcamp because I felt like I didn't know enough to be in the same space as other people that would be attending the bootcamp. But I decided to show up anyways. And that experience changed me. I feel like that experience is one of the things that, like, it just helped me start up my career. Because the people I met, the conversations I had, the talks that I listened to, they challenged me. They made me realize I didn't even know as much as I thought I knew. It was really funny that after the boot camp, I came back to school and I was like, oh, I've learned so many things. I would like to share it with you. I know this thing. It was like after the boot camp, I was ready to go into the world and do anything I could do. And through the boot camp, I was able to get the ambassadorial role for McPherson University chapter. Now, for someone who was naturally shy, that didn't feel like a title. It felt like a test. A test of whether I was going to shrink back into my comfort zone or step into becoming something better. But I chose to stretch. At first, I was doubting myself. I felt like I wasn't even good enough to be in the same space as other people that I was going to be training, being an ambassador for data science in school. But I showed up, and that was because I was willing. And that willingness opened so many doors that I didn't even think about. It taught me that growth often lies beyond familiarity. I went on to complete my industrial training in a global environment that even exposed me further. It pushed me to excellence, to discipline, and a level of innovation I never even knew I was capable of. And just when I thought I had seen enough surprises, life handed me another one: a fully funded internship in Japan. Now, for my Japan internship, it's kind of funny because I had applied to the internship in my second year when I was doing so many applications, but I got rejected. And that application, I was so serious about it because I was like, oh, my very first international application, then they should pick me because I already knew something, but I didn't know anything. I was just deceiving myself. So I got rejected. Then, because I was already on their mailing list, they kept on sending the application link to apply. And I was like, since I got rejected before, then I'll probably be rejected again. So I didn't apply. And I already even disqualified myself before they disqualified me. So on the very last day of the application, I think that was 25th of June last year, so I just decided to apply. I was like, why not try? So let me just apply again. And then I applied, and the whole process was just going, the interviews, and I finally got in for the internship. I was so excited. My excitement turned into numbness because I didn't even feel like they were going to pick me. I think we have over 14,000 that applied for the internship, and they selected just 50 people, just 2 from Nigeria, and I was the only female from Africa. I was like, I never knew I was going to get selected. And even standing here as a speaker today, I can say this, none of this was part of my original plan. I wanted to be an architect with my helmet and my drawing board, doing what I thought I enjoyed. And now, that brings me to the theme of my talk today, kiss the frog. I'm sure we are all wondering, frog. I don't mean we should go to a pond and pick a frog to kiss. But we all know the story of the Disney princess and the frog, whereby she kissed the frog and then it transformed into a prince. What if the moral of that lesson is not just about the frog transforming into a prince, but the courage it actually takes to kiss the frog in the first place? The frogs in our lives are the things we avoid, the uncomfortable parts, the unexpected opportunities, and the versions of ourselves that we are afraid to explore. For me, computer science was the frog. Because I remember when they said, oh, why not try computer science since you got rejected for architecture and you don't really enjoy mechanical engineering because I hated physics. I was like, I don't know if I'll be able to do this. Somebody said, oh, for you to excel, you need to learn so many programming languages, do Python. I went from Python to web development, HTML, CSS. I didn't even complete JavaScript. I was like, I'll come back to that. Then I started SQL. I even enjoyed it. But I was just jumping from one place to another. So computer science was a big frog to me. Public speaking was a frog. Right now, this talk is a frog. I'm trying to kiss my own frog. And what is even helping it is because of the heels I'm wearing. I could have been parading here. Leadership was a frog, and even believing in my own potential was a frog. But the courage it takes to kiss it at the first place is what changes me, is what changes you. There are so many frogs in our lives. But when we stand up, when we do what we wouldn't do, when we change, when we step out of our comfort zone, when we embrace the unfamiliar, that's when we are going to realize some of what we are even capable of without even knowing, because you won't know until when you try. When you kiss your frog, it builds resilience in you, it builds confidence, it builds capacity in you. Redefining yourself is not a one-time event thing. It's not a thing you just do at once. It's a continuous process of you choosing discomfort over comfort, of you choosing growth over fear, and choosing possibilities over limitations. And just so we know this, not every frog changes into a prince. Some frogs remain as frogs. But the courage that it takes for you to even kiss it at the first place, that's what's going to change the whole story. Now I'm going to say this to everyone here. You don't need to have it all figured out at once. You don't need a perfect plan. What you just need is the willingness to try, the willingness to embrace the unfamiliar, the willingness to step out of our comfort zone, the willingness to do what we wouldn't do. Because at the beginning, I already disqualified myself totally and I didn't even apply for the internship. Then maybe I would have just been in Nigeria here and I wouldn't have even explored Japan. That kind of expanded my horizon, that changed my perspective on lives, on culture, and on possibility. So I'm going to end this with, if we keep running away from our frogs, then we probably won't even know what our potentials are. Thank you.
Thank you very much.